Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Keith with KnDFlips. Thank you so much for tuning in. While we're hitting some buttons like that play button you just hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. And you'll also get some suggested content in your feed that is similar to this if you like this type of stuff. So, this is episode 5 of a series of building a bankroll on $100 on a $10 table. This will most likely be the last in this series. I'll wrap it up here. So far we've done fairly well. Just to recap, we started off episode 1 with $100. We ended up that episode, I believe, with 161. Episode 2, we started off with 161. We ended up with 144, so we took a loss. Episode 3, we went from 144 to 293. And episode 4, 293 to 588. So episode 5 is what we're starting out with, 588. Here's 100. Oh, by the way, new chips. If you haven't seen that, I had a little short out that just kind of showed we got some new chips. Instead of the solid color, we now have the striped ones. So we got 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 8 in white. So we'll go ahead and get this racked up and get this one started. What I'm going to do is kind of a basic strategy. I did see this on Waylon's Way, put his banner right here. I think it was actually from 2 or 3 years ago, but it was called the Bad Mama Jamma. Can't go wrong with a name like that, right? Well, we'll test it out and see how we do. What he did, he started out with a $700 bankroll, basically just playing the 6 and the 8 and the field. So, yeah. The field, to me, or for me, is never, it's never done me well, but we'll see how this goes. Just to preface everything too, my table says double on the 2 and 12. We're going to pay triple on the 12 for the sake of this video. His table was set up like that, so just to kind of mimic what he went through, we'll do double on the 2, triple on the 12, should we hit the 12. Alright, I think that's about it. If you ever have any comments or questions or suggestions or anything, leave the comments below or a suggestion. We also have an email, crapstx@gmail.com. And check out the links we have down in the description below. Since we're a smaller channel, your subscriptions help. And if you'd like to click on anything down below, I am an Amazon affiliate. You do get a small commission if you go through my link to buy whatever you're going to buy. You don't have to buy the stuff we have listed down there. So that's that for now. I won't hawk my or beg for money or anything like that. That's not the purpose of this channel regardless. We're just trying to educate people as we learn the game ourselves. So we are not the shooter in this particular strategy, so we'll get started here and get a point set. We're coming out, dice are out. And let me find my stick that I lost. Okay, we have a 4, 2, 6. So 6 is going to be our point. We'll get set up here. It's just, again, very basic. Like I said, he did $12 on the 6 and 8, $10 in the field. Go ahead and cap our 6 and 8. And basically he just stayed on these numbers. Now we will go up and down, you know, press and regress, or move up and down as we see fit. You know, situational type stuff. So dice out. All right, we have a 1, 3, 4, so that is going to be a $10 winner in the field. We'll go ahead and parlay that. Dice out. All right, we have a 5, 4, 9, so that 20 is going to pay us another 20, and we'll go back down to 10. So we'll rack that. So you can kind of see a little bit how it works so far. Dice out. And a 5, 2, 7. So good thing that we did rack that little bit of red that we got from the field. So me talking bad about the field, maybe that helped out a little bit. I don't know. So let's get on to shooter number 2. Yes, I'm going to roll a new set of dice every time just to simulate or mimic what you would see in a casino. All right, we are coming out, dice are out. Setting a point. All right, our point is going to be 9. Again, we'll get set up. $10 in the field. 6 and 8 are 12 each. And we are off and running. Dice out. All right, we got a 3, 1, 4. That is $10 for us in the field. We'll go ahead and leave that down there and parlay it. Dice out. 1, 2, 3, the shocker. Mic check 1 2. All right, again, so that's gonna 20 is gonna pay us 20. We'll take that back down to 10, and then we'll rack that $30 there. Dice out. All right, we have 6 2 8. All right, so you're gonna see we lose in the field, but we'll get paid 14 up here on the 8. We'll go ahead and put that 10 back in the field, and we'll rack the $4. Not the biggest win, but it's a slow grind. Dice out. Or it can be. I mean, it may pick up, you know, once we start pressing up a little bit. We have another 1 2 3, the shocker. So that is going to pay us 10 for the 10 that we have there. We'll parlay that. Nice out. And we have a 4 2 6, 2x4, laying the lumber. All right, so we lose in the field. We will get paid on that 6, $14 on 12. So we'll put 10 back in the field, and we are off for the next shot. Dice out. Another 1 2 3. That's a popular number. Might be playing the horn as well, huh? Okay, so 10 will pay 10. Again, we'll parlay it. Dice out. 6 3 9. Point hit. We're going to win on that parlay down there. So that will double that up. We'll take that back down to 10, and again, we'll put 30 in our rack. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull the field bet for this come out roll. Yeah, so we're setting a new point. We have a 6 1 7. Again, all bets are off. So as a frontline winner, if anybody were playing the pass line. All right, we have a aces, spot and a dot, shocker. No help to us just yet. Can't set a point with that. That would pay a don't pass. Back to back. And you don't see that often. Back to back aces. Need that when I'm in the field. And see a horn, bet a horn, bet a horn, bet a horn. 6 5 yo. Another field number. All right, and 6 2 8. All right, so finally we have a point. Now we'll put our $10 back in the field and get going. Dice out. 6 3 8. All right, point hit. We do lose the field, but we'll win on the 8 here, $14. So we'll put the 10 back in the field and the 4 in our rack. And we are setting a new point again. Let's pull that field bet down. Nice out. 5 3 8. Right back on the 8. All right, so 8s are popular now all of a sudden. $10 back in the field. Nice out. 4 3 7 out. All right, so that is going to take all of this down. All right, this new set of dice, new shooter. 6 2 8. All right, we're coming out. Dice are out. 4 3 7, frontline winner. No help right now. Dice out. And a hard 6. All right, so 6 will be our point. What we're going to do here is step it up a little bit. We'll do 15 in the field. Still a $10 table. We're just choosing to step up. Kind of part of his strategy where he would ladder up a little bit on these. So that'll be 18 each on the 6 and 8. And at any point you can regress as well. And he did get up there a little bit on a few rolls. But yeah, we'll see how it goes for us. All right, dice are out. All right, we have a 5 3 8. All right, we're going to lose the field. 15 in the field. The 18 on the 8 will pay 21. So there is our 21. We'll put 15 back in the field. And we'll rack 6. All right, dice out. And 6 1 7 out. Okay. Again, that is going to kind of show us how his strategy worked, and hopefully it'll work for us the same way it did for him. If I don't knock over everything that I have over here. Need to build me some more walls, I guess, over here and get the little chip rack going. That'll be another addition eventually. All right, so we are setting a point. Dice out. Another frontline winner, 6 1 7. That rolled. That was a 6. Somewhere on there is a 6. There we go. It did roll. Dice out. All right, 1, 4, 5. So 5 will be our point, and we are going to go up one more level. We'll go to 24 each. I'm sorry, 28 each on the, no, 24, I was right. 24 each on the 6 and 8, and that will put 20 in the field. Cap our, and have to change 5 to 5. That'll finish off capping that. So we have 24 each on the 6 and 8. That'll pay 28, and we have our $20 in the field. All right, dice out. Points 5. There is a 6, 3, 9. All right, so that 20 is going to pay 20. We'll go ahead and parlay that. Dice out. Hard 10. All right, puppy paws for the win. So we have, what is that, 40 in the field. We'll go ahead and just pay that in a green and 3 reds. And we will rack that along with that. Go back down to our original 20 there. All right, dice out. Hard 8. All right, we're going to lose the 20 in the field. We'll win 28 down here. So there's 20, 5. If I can make this a little slower for you guys. 28. And we'll go ahead and put 20 of that back in the field, and we will rack $8. All right, dice out. 2, 3, 5. All right, that's a no field 5. It is the point. Point will go off. We lose our field, and we'll go ahead and replace that after we set a new point. All right, dice out. All right, 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our new point. And we'll put 20 back in the field. Dice are out. And 5, 2, 7 out. Okay, so that is how that ended. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so for the next one, let's get another set of dice. Puck is off. Get that 5, 3, 8. All right, new shooter, dice out. 6, 3, 9. 9 will be the point. And we're going to go up once again. This time we're going to go up to 30. 30 each on the 6 and 8. And we will do 25 in the field. All right, dice are out. 4, 1, 5. That's a no field 5. We all know what that means. We'll replace that 25 down there. And we have a 6, 4, 10. All right, so that is a field winner. We'll go ahead and leave that down there, parlay it. 6, 3, 9. Point hit. More importantly, a winner in the field. So that parlay worked out for us. We'll go ahead and take that 75 and rack it. And we're setting a new point. Let's go ahead and take our field bet down just for now. Dice out. Well, I guess we could have left it because we got aces. If I can get that out of the corner down there. I'm not a, whoop, that rolled. It was aces. There you go. Let's see. Nope, still starting to set a point. Coming out. Dice out. And we have a 1, 2, 3. Shocker. Again. Could have stayed in the field, but we didn't. And we could have stayed in the field for that too, but we have 6, 4, 9. So we finally got a point, and we can put our field bet back out there. Dice out. 6, 4, 10. Another field winner. And we'll go ahead and leave that down there. Parlay it. Dice out. 6, 5. Yo, another field winner. I'm actually having luck in the field for a change. So we will bank or rack that $75. I think we're about full there. So that's a good thing. All right, dice out. 6, 2, 8. All right, we're going to lose our field. We're going to win 35 up here. So we'll put that 25 back in the field, and take $10, put it in our rack. Nice out. 617. All right, so we lose it all now. Yes, it hurts to put those green chips out there and then lose them, but that's part of the game. We'll go a few more shooters and see how this works out for us. We have a 5, 4, 9. I don't know where I got 6 from. We'll stay at that $30 level. We'll go ahead and put $30 back on the 6 and 8. And a quarter in the field. And we are off. Nice out. We're off and running, not off as in off, no bet, but yeah. All right, so $6, or I'm sorry, 6, we'll pay 35. We lose the field. We get paid 35 on that 6. Again, the 25 will go back in the field, $10 in the rack. Nice out. 415, a no field 5. That'll come down, and we'll put another 5 or 25 out there rather. Nice out. 1, 2, mic check, the shocker. 3 is a field number. We win on that. We'll leave it there, parlay it. All right, we got a 2, 4, 6. All right, we are going to lose our field, and we'll be a little negative on this one. But we win 35 on that 6, so we lost 50, 135. Put 25 back in the field, 10 in the rack, and we are going to keep going. There we go. Aces. There's those aces. So that's going to pay double. The 25 will pay 75. We'll leave 25 out there. We'll rack 25. We'll parlay a little bit of it. Nice out. 4. Hard 4. All right. Parlay worked out for us. That'll pay 50 on 50. Then we'll take the 75 and put that in the rack. Nice out. 2, 4, 6, 2 by 4, laying the lumber. Lose the field, but we win on the 6, 35, 30 pays 35. Put the $10 in the rack, 25 back in the field. Hopefully you kind of see the pattern now. It's just a matter of the kind of laddering up and down, or pressing and regressing, I guess you could say. We don't think we've regressed yet, but other than the field. Let's get back to this. 6, 2, 8. All right, so we're going to lose the 25 in the field. We win 35 on the 8. Put the 25 back in the field, 10 in the rack. All right, nice out. 1, 4, 5. That's the no field variety of the 5. So we will reach into our rack and pull another 25 out. And a 4, 3, 7 out. So all of this will come down now. And we can either stay where we're at, we can go up, we can go down. I think for now we might just stay at that $30 level, that 30 and 25. All right, setting a point, coming out, dice are out. 5, 2, 7, front line winner. And we have a 5, 1, 6. 6 will be the point, easy 6. As I said, we're gonna go with the $30 level. We'll just stay at that. So that is 25 in the field and then 30 each on the 6 and 8. Nice out. Got a jumper there. All right. Point hit right away with a hard 6. That'll go off. We'll lose the 25 up there. We win 35 here. For now, we're going to put all of that in our rack since we are coming out and setting a new point. We're not going to have our field bet out there on the point or on the come out. Nice out. Spinner. We got a 1, 3, 4. 4 will be our new point. Move the rack there a little bit. Okay, we'll put our 25 back in the field and keep going. 5, 3, 8. That is a loser in the field. A winner up there on the 8, winning 35. Put that 25 in the field, 10 in the rack, and keep on going. 5, 4, 9. I don't know why I say 6 when that rolls out. That is a field winner. We are going to parlay it. We'll leave it out there. 1, 2, 3, the shocker. There we go. Parlay works out for us again. That's going to win 50. We'll take 75 down, put it in a rack, and keep on rolling. 1, 3, 4, another field winner. We will leave that out there to parlay, parlay, parlay. And we have a hard 8. Okay, so that did not work out for us that time. We'll lose the 50. We win 35 on that 8. And then we'll put 25 back in the field, $10 in the rack. Alright, dice out. 5, 2, 7 out. Alright. That'll be that for that. And again, we'll probably stay at that $30 level, just doing a quick check over there. I think we're up a little bit. And let me check time real quick. I know that probably sucks for you guys when I have to walk over here and check time. I need to get a timer where I can read it. All right, we're at about 21 minutes, 20 minutes. We'll go one more shooter. How about that? One more shooter. Let's get us a good number. We'll just take the puppy paws and see what that does for us. Not that we're setting dice or anything. We're just shooting random. We're a random Randy. 1, 3, 4. So right back on that 4. We just came off of that. That 4 will be our new point. As I said, we'll stay at the $30 level. I think he got up as high as like 60 and 70 or 60 out here. But yeah, we're just going to stay at that $30 level. That'll be obviously 30 on the 6 and 8, and then we'll put 25 in the field. We are off to the races. Dice are out. And we're not racing much anymore, so it looks like we're going to have to go one more shooter, and maybe we will ladder up a little bit here. Alright. Puck will go off. Dice are coming out. Well, they will come out here in a minute. We'll take that 4, 2, 6. How about that? How about that? Alright, coming out, setting the point. 6, 5, yo 11. See a horn, bet a horn. Not in this case, but we had 2 frontline winners back to back. We had a 4, 3, 7. That yo was a front line, and that 7's a front line. Alright, we got a hard 8. That'll be our new point. And as I said, we're going to go up. So from 30, we're going to go to... What are we going to do? Let's make a wise choice. This is probably not a wise choice, but we are going to go to 60. We go to 60 each on the 7 or the 6 and the 8. And that'll put $50 in the field. So this is our last shooter. Last episode of the series. What can we do? What can we do? We have a 1, 4, 5. We can lose $50 on the field. No field 5. We'll replace that with 50. Nice out. 6, 3, 9. There is a field winner. Yes, we're going to parlay even at that level. And look at that. It worked out for us. Aces. So that is going to double. So that's 100 on that 50, and that's 100 on that 50. And hey, let's swap those out for some of the new black chips that I have. And that'll pay us 2 plus the 50 that we'd won that we parlayed. So we will rack all of that. And we are still working on this shooter. All right, we got a hard 4. There we go, another field winner. Again, we're going to parlay. 5, 4, 9. That worked out for us once again. Let's just do the black chip. That'll pay 100. So we'll take that 150 out, put it in the rack. Looks like we might finish strong here. 6, 5, yo. Yet another field winner. Parlay. And a 4, 2, 6. All right, so we lose the 100 in the field. We're going to win 70 on 60 down here. Or up here, I guess, from your point of view. So $60, and that will go in the rack. Or at least 20 of it will. 50 of it will go back in the field. And we are dice out. 6, 3, 9. Another field winner. We're going to parlay it. For those of you that don't know what parlay means, obviously it just means leave your bet out there. That doubles your bet for the next roll. Hard 4. So that is a $100 winner, right? 50 pays No. Yeah, 100 out there. I don't know why I said 50. 100 pays 100. So we take that 150, put 50 and 100 in the rack, and keep on going. Sorry for that momentary lapse of forgetfulness. 639. Those 9s seem to be popular. Again, a field winner. We will parlay it. Dice out. 549. I guess we should be on the 9 up here as well, shouldn't we? So that is another field winner, winning $100, putting 150 in the rack. All right, dice out. 1, 2, 3, the shocker. Field winner. Gonna parlay it. And a 617 out. But I do believe we had a pretty strong finish. Some of you might say, well, why didn't you start out betting that much in the beginning? Well, you know, you got to kind of start out slow and build up as you see the momentum gaining in your favor. So let's get that out of the way and let's finish up and get a final count here. Remember our very first episode, $100. There was our first episode. Of course, this episode we started out with $588. So let's get our $588 laid out here. There is $500. There is 6. Oh, well, we don't need the 6, do we? There's 75, 85, 86, 87, 88. So there is the 588 that we started this video out with. Excuse me. Now let's see where we are as far as profit for this particular episode. There is 100. There's 200. There's 300. There's 50. It's reds out. Well, again, I still can't handle the chips that well. There's 25, so that is what, 75? I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 50. And 50 is 4. 425, 450, 454. So 454 on that side, profit. So not bad. I'll take that all day, every day. So we have what, 588 and what I say, 454. And I don't have my calculator because it's on my phone and my phone is videoing this. But I'll put the totals down here. It's too early for me to do math. I am still drinking coffee, so yeah. All right, so that is going to end this series. 5 episodes, $100 starting out on a $10 table, and you see how we progress through each. The episodes will be in the playlist down below on our channel. Bankroll Builder episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. $100 on a $10 table, and that's how we ended out. So not a bad series, at least in my opinion, not a bad result. Could it have gone the other way? Absolutely. We could have lost that $100 in the very first episode, and that would have been it. That was luck of the draw, luck of the dice, I guess you could say. We did lose after that first, or I think, what, second episode we lost a little bit, $17 or $15, something like that. But from there on out, we just steadily climbed up. This has been Keith with Craps TX. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It really helps us out. And hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. Will it be another series? I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for strategies you want me to roll out, that you'd like to see me roll out for you, whatever level. I mean, I've got, I think, I don't know how much, 2,500 and $100 chips. So we can go up a little bit if you guys want to see a little bit higher limit play. Other than that, I'm comfortable playing at lower levels just because that's what I'm going to actually walk into the casino with at this point in time. The most I may walk into a casino with, it would be around 500. Right now I'm walking in with 100, 200, 300, and just going from there. So we appreciate it. Again, Keith with Craps TX. We'll see you on the next one.